Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of my Football Manager career with Notts County. And we're back a little bit earlier than I said, but that's because we have an FA Cup game today coming up against Blackpool, and I thought I'd have that as the live com game in this episode. A few things to tell you about and show you how everything has been going on. So first of all, we'll have a look at the fixtures. We had a few good ones. Obviously, we are on a huge unbeaten run, as you can see. The last game was the 2-1 away game against Carlisle. Since then, we played away against Hartlepool in the Johnson's Paint Trophy, and a goal from Gary Little sealed the victory. It was the only goal of the game. Gary Little got man of the match with a 7.9 rating. We had 5 shots on target from 16 shots in total. So I was pretty disappointed that we didn't have more shots on target, as I thought we could have extended the lead and won by more. After that game, we played Brentford at home. Goals from So and Boucard sealed the victory. Mazika sent off for a second bookable offence on 67 minutes. So was man of the match with a 7.6 rating. We had 10 shots, 6 on target, so a better on target to shots ratio. Possession was fairly even in that game as well. After that game, we went away to Chesterfield. We went 1-0 up after 10 minutes with a goal from Adam Coombs. Then Tendai Derikwa had 2 goals in 4 minutes to put Chesterfield 2-1 up. And Danny Haynes rescued from the penalty spot on 68 minutes. Kudas Ayunga was sent off after 38 minutes, and there were also 4 yellows in the game. It was an eventful game. I was disappointed we couldn't go and get the winner, but we maintained our unbeaten run, and it was good to continue that. We bounced back though with a 3-0 home win against Gillingham. Before this game, Lee Barnard came to me and said he wanted to play and get a bit more game time, so I made him the promise that I would start him. And I did, and he repaid the faith with 2 goals. Manny Smith opened the scoring though on the 11th minute, but goals from Lee Barnard in the 22nd and 90th minute sealed the 3-0 victory. Manny Smith with a 9.0 picked up man of the match. Barnard had an 8.8, and Greg Tempest also played well with an 8.0 rating. David Bell also played well. He had a 9.0 rating. He had 8 shots, 6 on target in that game. And then in the final game, the previous one, we went away to MK Dons and beat them 2-0. Goals from Smith and So, 7 minutes apart, sealed the victory. And that was a good game. We dipped slightly on the percentage of shots on target to shots on goal. We had 6 shots on target from 11 on goal. But we now have a game against Blackpool in the FA Cup. Quickly show you the league table. We are in 3rd. Played 14, won 8, drawn 4, lost 2, scored a 28. We are the league leaders in scoring, and we've conceded 15. There are only 5 teams who have conceded less. They are Sheffield United, who are top, who've conceded 8. There's Swindon in 7th, who've conceded 11. There is Oxford in 10th, who've conceded 13, and then you have Colchester in 5th and Shrewsbury in 2nd, who have both only conceded 14. So we're not doing too bad. 3 points off the top spot, 1 point off automatic promotion after 14 games is pretty good. I'm happy with that. And one more final thing to show you guys is you can see the wage budget has dramatically disappeared, and we have a new signing. And this came up as a bit of a shock. When it came up that this play was available, it came up in, I think it was in August, or it could have been August, it could have been September, it came up this play was available. And I thought about it, and I had a quick look at him, and he was wanting, I think it was around 10,000 a week wages. Now, I've managed to sign him, but on 2,400 a week, and I think for what we have, it's an unbelievable signing. And I'll show you in transfer history, we have picked up Jermaine Jenas on a free. He's only 31 years old. Granted, he's only on a 1-year contract. We could look to extend that, and I think we may do. But it's right down the bottom here on the left. Minimum fee release. 1.1 million. So if he plays amazing between now and the the winter transfer, there is a good chance we could sell him. If we can get 1.1 million for him, I'm prepared to take that risk. There's also the chance that he could stay with us for the rest of this season, and we could look to try and re-sign him for next season. But I thought to have someone like him in the centre of midfield, I thought it was vital. And he's got Premier League experience, he's got Premier League quality, and hopefully we get promoted this season and he will be with us next season in the Championship. And I think he is a Championship player at least. He's 31, but his stats to me are at least a Championship quality player. And to pick him up on a free, £2,400 a week, it was a deal that I just could not turn down. And I believe he is going to be making his debut today in the FA Cup. We are away against Blackpool, who are also a League One side now. And we have a board conference update. To summarise, the board are pleased with your overall leadership of the team. We haven't forgotten about the success of last season, and they still play a small part in reviewing your current performance. A major contributing factor has been the atmosphere in and around the dressing room. However, they are slightly disappointed by the current situation concerning the signing of Aaron McAnuff. Now, I do not know what is going on with Aaron McAnuff. I don't know whether they want me to play him, the fans want me to play him, they don't want me to play him. Let's try and get him out on loan and see if we can just get him some game time. The club recorded a loss of 280,000 last month. We had a few away games. Merchandise sales were 18,000. I will show you the finances quickly. Last month we made a loss of 280,000, but if I remember correctly, we didn't have. In October we had we only had 2 out of 6 games were at home, and this one against Blackpool is away as well. In November we have the home game against Colchester and the home game against Bristol City, and then the home game against. There were only 3 home games in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So November's going to be a dodgy month as well. But when you look at it in December, we have the home game against Stevenage, home game against Sheffield Wednesday, home game against Sheffield United, home game against Blackpool. We have some top draw teams there in Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday and Blackpool, who should, and I think will bring some decent fans to those games. So that will help us out. But we've got Blackpool in this game, who are playing a 4-4-1-1 formation. Have I played Blackpool before this season? I don't think I played them yet. Yes, I have. I played them early this season and we beat them 2-1. 2 goals from Marco Di Vaia. Leacock was sent off. So I have played them already in the league this season. Let's go and sort this team out. I'll do a quick pick. And Jermaine Jenas is on the bench. That may be the best thing to do. He's not fully fit. Fairly poor for Di Vaio. I am going to... Lee Barnard. I want Lee Barnard on the bench because he has been playing well. I'm going to drop Coulthrist completely. We've got McMillan. See, the defence is slightly in need of a rest, but there's nothing I can do about that right now. I just do not have the players. So I've already got Gary Little in the centre of defence along with Jali Foucault. I've got Mazika in the CDM role. We've got Bell on the right, Boucard in the middle, Moyo on the left with Di Vaio and Haynes up front. Got So and Barnard on the bench along with Jenna, Sheehan, Richardson. I think that's a fairly strong bench. I'm just looking to see if there's anyone. I don't think there's anyone else. So I've got Greg Tempest. He had a decent game when I played him last time, so he's in good form, so I want him in there. Manny Smith is in superb form, but his energy is pretty low. We've also got this guy, Will Hoskins. He is currently on loan. Sorry, not on loan, he's on trial with us. So I may look to try and sign him. His stats don't look that bad. He's 28, but he's another striker. I think I am stacked in the striker options. So we'll have to see how that one goes. I don't know whether to give Florian Heinrich the start. It's a cup game. But you know what, he's fit, so instead of Jali Foucault, I am going to go with Florian Heinrich. I'm going to give him a start and see. Right, squad numbers to 2 players as well. Jermaine Jenas, I'm going to give him the number 8, and Henrik can have the number 24. I'll submit those numbers. I'm taking a bit of a gamble in playing Heinrich at the back, but he's alongside Little. He's got the fitness. He's a good player. I think what's fair, they've got a few players who are pretty low on energy modes. They've only got one that's fully fit. They do have some decent players like Ricardo Fuller on the bench, Barry Ferguson starting for them. So Blackpool do have a half decent squad. Pick up where they left off. If we lose this, we lose this. It would be nice not to, but this is a cup game. Our main focus for me is the league, and if we can keep our league form up on the run we have been on, I don't see any reason why we should not be in the playoffs this season. But we are 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes into this game. Still no highlights. We've had 2 shots. Our midfield is being outnumbered as well. So we've had 1 shot on target. It's a throw in now to Blackpool. A beater to Waghorn. Waghorn inside to lines. Forward to Keane. Keane, anyone going to take him on? Good block. It's now Tempest with the ball. Tempest with a long ball forward. It's Haynes now. Haynes through on goal. What's Haynes going to do? He has a shot, and that's in. That's a goal for Notts County. The 4th of the season for Danny Haynes after 23 minutes. Notts County lead 1-0. We've had 3 shots, 2 on target. Slightly bossing possession. We've committed 8 fouls, 4 more than Blackpool, who have only conceded 4. But it's Blackpool with the chance now. It's a beater to Waghorn to Johnson. Back to Abita. Abita now in the box. Abita through on goal, has a shot, and that's saved. And Stewart hoofs the ball clear. And that's gone for a throw to Blackpool. That was a bit of a worrying time as Abita got straight through the defence. But luckily the keeper, who has been our player of the season so far. One thing I will show you guys, talking about keepers, I will show you one thing that I did do in one of the previous games. And it's now Haynes with the ball through to DeVio. DeVio, who hasn't scored in a while, has a shot, and that's gone wide. DeVio is not looking like he's going to score anytime soon. He's been a real bad run of form after scoring 6 in 6. Right, and it's a call, it's a throw, was it? It's a goal for Blackpool anyway. To be trying to apply the advice, but it's Tom Barkhuislen with the goal. To be a cross come in from the left and a header straight over our keeper. Blackpool have had 6 shots, 5 on target. We've had 4 shots, 2 on target as we come to half time. And Blackpool have had slightly better of the possession as Reader Johnson was booked. The first yellow card of the game. Greg Tempest with the assist for our goal for Danny Haynes. David Bell is looking low on energy, as is Mazika. So maybe it's a time to look at bringing Mazika off. Give him 5-10 minutes of this second half, see what happens. And maybe try and see how Jermaine Jenas can play in that CDM role. But it's Johnson with the ball. Back to the keeper. Ball goes forward. That's a long clearance, but Boucard has it and for some reason plays it straight back to our own keeper, as he could have gone forward. But it's Haynes with the ball. It's now Boucard, and that looks to be a free kick. Pretty poor challenge there by Boucard, but luckily he gets away with it. Does not get booked. Yellow card, Mazika now. O'Neill with a yellow card. So that's 2 yellows for Blackpool, 1 for Notts County, and it's Boucard with the ball to Little. Little, do not go backwards. You do not need to go backwards. Stewart, you have someone free. That's it. Tempest out wide. To Boucard. Boucard play inside. You have a man in space. It's DeVio. He's broken the offside trap. DeVio shoots and the keeper saves. Tempest now gets dispossessed, but it's Boucard to Stewart. Stewart now inside to Mazika. 52 minutes gone in the game. Stewart now back to Henrik. Henrik with a long ball forward, easily dispossessed by O'Neill. To Lines now. Barkhuislen with the ball up forward to Keane. Keane plays Banton. The offside trap has been broken. That's a great save by Bayakowski. Game is going to be poor, so we're going to look at making a substitution. Mazika. Let's have a look. Actually, I want to cancel that. I want to go to Tactics Overview. I want to have a look at Jermaine Jenas and see if he can play in the register. Highlight key roles, defensive roles, midfielder. It's going to be a defensive midfielder. Support 15-15, so he is looking okay. Right, reports, coach report. Let's see how he does in the seat. Right, so his best role is a regista or a defensive midfielder or a deep lying playmaker. So he's as good as Mazika, so he can play in that CDM role. So I will, let's get to the match, I will be comfortable in putting Jermaine Jenas in that role there. And let's confirm that substitution. Give him a passionate. There's a lot more to come for you. I believe you have what it takes. Looks switched off. Fair enough. Right. Let's get this substitution done in the next break in play, which looks to be coming up right now. So Stewart has taken a knock, but he seems to be okay. David Bell is looking exhausted. I'm going to have to substitute David Bell and put So on this right side of midfield. He can't realistically play there, but he's just going to be slightly out of position. But we'll see how he gets on with that. I'm not too worried about his rating for this game, as we don't need to worry about that. But it's Bajkowski with the goal kick that gets forward. It's only found Stewart now, and that's Tempest with the ball inside to Boucard, to Haynes, out wide left to Tempest. Tempest looking to take on his man, cuts inside to Boucard. It's Haynes now. Haynes back to Tempest. Tempest to Haynes. Tempest now. Cross it, fella. That's it. Nope. Backwards to Stewart. Stewart inside to Jenas. Jenas looking to dictate play. Inside to Boucard. Boucard back to Jenas. Do not go backwards. That's it, fella. Forward to Boucard. Back to Liddell. To So now down the right. Finds Dumbaya. Dumbaya cannot get on the end of the ball. And that's picked up by Fuller. But it's now with Lines. Back to O'Neill. Forward to Barkhuizen. Barkhuizen with the ball down the left-hand side. Or right-hand side, sorry. Gets crossed in back to Lines. Has a shot. And that's in. Blackpool lead 2-1. Chris Lines' first goal of the season. Let's see what change we can make. Right, DeVio needs to come off. And Barnard comes on in our final change. And then once that change has been made, we were going to see some changes. I'm going to go after this game now. I'm not going to worry about it. We need to go. We do need to get something from this game. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Tempest is going to push up. So can push up because that's his natural role. Boucard and Jenas. Right, Jenas, when he's playing, is a box-to-box midfielder in his central midfielder role. He is a box-to-box midfielder. So we're going to change him to a box-to-box midfielder. Confirm all those changes. Let's get back. Let's get the rest of this match done. If we get this goal back, then I will bring my two wingers back and just play a 4-4-2. Apply that advice for Tom Barkhuizen. So, coming up to the final 15 minutes of the game, the tactical changes are being made now. We've only had 3 shots on target from 6 on goal. Tempest now with a free kick. Can we get something here? It hits the bar. And that has gone out for a throw, I believe. Well, that was a cracking free kick from Tempest. It would have been great if that had gone in. But final 10 minutes of the game coming up. Coming into nearly the final 5. And it's Dumbaya with a throw. Long throw to Barnard. Can we get on the end of it with Haynes? Bit of a mix-up, and they've got loads of people back. Barnard scores. Mix-up in the box from Blackpool. Ball ricochet to Barnard. Barnard shot, and that has gone back to 2-2. I know I said I'd change the formation back, but we're playing well, and I'm going to take a risk. Looks like 20 seconds left in the game. Fuller through on goal. Bajkowski should and does pick that ball up. Final 15 seconds coming up now. Long ball forward. Haynes can't get on the end of it. It's Ferguson to Barkhuizen. Final 5 seconds. Surely the referee is not going to allow this cross to come in. Back with O'Neill. Referee, blow your whistle. That's it. Full time. 2-2. So we have the replay coming up. And my advice from Terry Gibson: the players have upset the odds achieving that result. We tell them how proud we are of them. DeVio and Jermaine Jenas look switched off. They're probably thinking that was a shit game, we should have won it. Right, key players. DeVio was apparently a key player. I wouldn't have agreed on that. We have achievement unlocked, unbeatable. we have the second round draw of the FA Cup. I will show you that, guys, so you can see who we may pick. As you've rescued a late draw, Jennings makes his debut, and the Wrexham game has been moved due to the cup replay against Blackpool. Right, so FA Cup second round draw. As we've been offered Hoskins, who is on trial with us. Dixon can go on loan. I'm happy to allow that. Let's continue. Alright, second round draw. So let's do this automatically. First out of the pot we have Chesterfield versus Stevenage. Hendon or Gillingham versus Luton Town. Scunthorpe United versus Preston North End. Fleetwood Town versus Mansfield. Wycombe or Woking, Hartlepool. Cambridge versus Nuneaton or MK Dons. Plymouth versus Blackpool or Notts County. Right, stop automatic draw all teams. I'm not going to fart around with the rest of that. Bit of fun while we had that draw. So a potential tie away at Plymouth awaits in the second round of the Cup. Well guys, I will call it a day there. I'll be back with you in the next episode where we will be at the beginning of December. Thanks for watching guys. Cheers.